Merry meet and welcome to our stream, everybody. This is Ariel Gatoga, and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. And we are working on our color magic still this week. I hope that's okay with everybody. We'll work on it for a couple more weeks at least. Moderating today on... hello. Moderating today on YouTube is the lovely Suzanne, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Shirley. Thank you so much, Suzanne and Shirley. I appreciate you very much. And today we're going to start working with some values a little bit more. We did some values a while back when we worked with gray magic, but we're going to just be working with 3 values at a time. So I want to do a color wheel. We're going to fill our color wheel in with values, and we'll talk about how we use those in magic in just a second. I ran out of time, so you're going to have to bear with me as I get all my colors together. So what this is I've put a color wheel together here, and I'll get all this out when I get the course finally released, but this will probably be enhanced and a little bit better. But so we're going to have the lightest values on the outside, the middle value on the middle one, and then the darkest values in the middle. Now, if you were an oil painter, you could take your hue and just add a little white to your color and get the lighter value, and then you could add a little black to your color and get the darker value. But most of us don't work with paint like that. It can work. You can do that somewhat with other paints as well, and you can do it sort of with crayons and colored pencils, and even a little bit with alcohol markers. But for most of us, when we want to get the values, the light and the dark, we need to find different shades within our medium. And since I like to use the alcohol markers, that's what I'm doing today. So that's why I'm not quite ready, but it's okay. You can bear with me as I get things going. Now, remember when we worked with the gray magic, we used 9 shades. We're only using 3 shades on these. You can go crazy and go for the 9 shades, but you don't need that. So the darker the value, the more the manifestation. It represents the more the physical manifestation. The lighter the value, the more invisible. So if you're banishing something, you're going to move from the darker value of a color into the lighter value. You think of it as bleaching it out. Whereas if you're manifesting something, you're going to be moving from the lighter value, which is the more mental, invisible, into the darker value, which is the more visible and dense. So I'll show you how to, we're gonna make the color wheel first, and then I'll show you how to do that in a talisman as well. Today will probably be a bit of a long stream. I don't have to work as early as normal, so I can take some time. Okay? So some of you are gonna be real bored with this and leave, and others of you are gonna like it. So I wonder if I have a little bit of, well, I won't bother. Okay, so anyway, so what I've done is I've chosen some shades, and what you can do is when you're going through your color medium, whatever you're using, whether it's crayons or alcohol markers, pens, paints, whatever, you just have to play around with it and see which shades go better with each other. So I've done some research on these. I've been working with these markers, and so I've written down in this little form which of those colors that I want for each one. So let's just start coloring these in first. I've got I'm going to use, and it doesn't matter. There's whether I like to do the darker values in the center and the lighter values on the outer perimeter, but you can do it either way. So I'm going to start out with this. Let's get a piece of scratch paper too, so that I can always tell. So for this yellow, I said that I want the 080, the 140, I'm sorry, the 040, and then the 030. So let's see how that works. So here's a dark value here, the medium value here. You can sort of see that in a lighter value here. I might not have gone quite as different as I could have. And again, it's okay if these aren't absolutely perfect. It's mostly what's important is that you're working with the color. Let's go with that and see how it works. So I'm going to start out with this lighter value yellow here. And probably what I would do when I finish these is, instead of having these big thick lines, I'll probably just have some very light gray lines so that they're not so obvious. And that way you can actually blend the colors into each other, the shades into each other. But just to get your color wheel done, so this is just to kind of get you acclimated to the different shades of each color. And you'll do color wheel upon color wheel as you're working with color magic, just with different versions of it. Just keep a list of which colors you're using. That way you can go back to them. Did I go light enough? Yeah. Okay, so this one should be the next one. Hopefully I did that right. So this is a nice long stream today. So talk amongst yourselves. If you have your colors, you can make your own wheel. I don't have these to download yet, but they will be available soon. But you could just use a compass, or something else. And it doesn't have to be all perfect, but just to play with the different values. There we go. And then a darker value in the center. Did I do it wrong? Oh, I went the wrong way. Oh, that's right. Did it the right way. And then just, again, the reason for this is not so much, I mean, if you do like to color and you're an artist, that's going to help you with that too. But I might change some of these when I do this. I eyed this, and I thought this was going to be my favorite value, but I don't know about this one. It's okay. But what it does more than anything is it gets us to just get acclimated to the different shades and what they mean, Okay, so for the yellow orange, I said I wanted yellow red 33. Okay, I got that. Yellow 130. And I wanted yellow 120. Okay. So let's try this one. Yellow 120 here. I think this will be okay. Yeah, this will be all right. It's okay. It's a little peachy. I didn't have very much time to get prepared today, so I kind of just pulled these at random real fast, so I would probably change these later. But that's the value of pardon the pun. But that is the value of doing these color wheels. So you can see, well, I like that one, but maybe not that one. Let's switch this one out and do another one. Just do another color wheel. Okay, 130 is next. This yellow orange is the most, sometimes you can use some golds for this too. When you're making talismans, it's nice to be able to not only use the primary colors, you know, and the secondary, even to use some of these tertiary colors to add some depth to them and to add more meaning. You're kind of making sentences and paragraphs with your colors when you do talismans. You can think of it that way as well. And then for the center, I think I'm going to do this one. That'll do. I wonder if I could put these away. Yellow, red 33. I'll put them away later. The problem with this Ohuhu brand of markers is that their coloring numbering system is so stupid. It's the worst in the world. So that's what we deal with, because we're saving so much money not buying the Copics, which have an amazing coloring system. But the quality of the markers and the colors is really wonderful. So we just deal. Okay, so let's keep going around. Let's do orange. I'm going to do yellow 10. Yellow 10, which is really orange. We'll do yellow red 090. Sorry, I'm not more prepared, you guys. There it is, yellow red 090. And red 170. I'm done with this one. To the side. I've got so many markers, it's really ridiculous. What was it? Red 170. There we go. Oh, that's 070. Red 170, really? Oh, it is 070. 170. Okay, let's just take a look and see if I've really messed up on this one. My scratch paper. Okay, so we've got, put that here. What did I say? I said I wanted red 170. Let's see, is this really as orange as I think it is? No. It's not. Oh, it should be yellow red. Okay, never mind. Sorry, guys, hang on. There we go. Okay, so I think I got it. That's more like it. Okay. All right, so we start off with yellow 10, 170, and 10. See, the caps don't really show you that well either. That's the other thing I don't like about Ohuhu. So we just have to deal. I mean, it's the way it is. It's the way life is sometimes. You just deal. Okay. Well, we're going to go with it. I don't love these, but they're going to be what they are. Let's start with this one. 170. Yep, 170. I could have chosen better shades, I think. But I was in a hurry, so I just looked at random at my color charts. You really have to look at the swatch charts that you make. You can't look at the caps for most of these because the caps are not very accurate. Now you see I'm going over this twice just to color it in, but with markers as well as any other medium, every time you go over it, it's going to actually darken it, so you don't want to do too much of that. Okay, so that was 070, then I want 090. Oops, sorry. Oh, what am I doing? Well, that's okay. That'll be okay. That'll get covered up by red, orange. I don't think it'll be a big deal. If it is, oh well, it's just a color wheel. It's not a big masterpiece. See, that's not quite the darker value I thought it was going to be. I'll give it a couple coats just for fun, but it's just almost a different hue. So I didn't choose very well. But in a talisman, those would go together okay. All right, and then for this dark one, I think this will be okay. Yeah, why not? Why not? I say. And it's so much fun to do this, just to play with the colors and to immerse yourself in the colors, even without working the magic, just to get your kind of your toolkit together. It is so relaxing and so much fun, and I love it. Okay, red, orange. We've got red 2. We've got red, what is that, 150, I hope. And red 070. All right, let's try these and see how I did. That's quite a jump there, Ariel. It's almost, well, it's a little not orange enough. But I think what I can do, let's see, oops, red 2, red 070. Let's try this. I think this will be okay. Red 070 here. And I can even do this on the next. I'm going to try it and see if it works. I may not have the best. But I'm going to put it here and then put that other one on top of it and see how that goes. I may have screwed up, but we'll see. It's fun to play. Because the other one wasn't very orange. Okay, let's see what happens. Red, orange is red 150. See how this goes. That'll work. Oops. I think that worked better actually because they brought some more of the orange where it wasn't in there before. There we go. You see how you can just kind of play, especially with these alcohol markers. You can blend the colors a lot better. You can also with pencils. Just make sure you use light layers on the pencils, and it'll take you a lot longer, but it's worth the effort and worth the time. Just going with very light layers, as well with crayons. Light layers. This one also could use a little more orange. Let's do it with this one too. A little bit more orange. Then we'll put the red orange on top of it and it'll be more red orange. There we go. All right, now let's look at some reds. For red, I picked red 180. For the dark, the medium, I did red 3. And for the light, I did red 1. Let's see how I did. I'm just going to not even use a test. Oh, no. Okay. Well, I better test. I better test. Let's not get too crazy, Ariel. So this is red 1. Oh, I can use that side. That looks like the light one. Red 3. It's very red. Okay, that'll work. That's not orangey. So we'll start with this red here. The light red is always kind of a pink, but not a fuchsia pink. It's just a light red pink. Could have gone with even a lighter one, I think, than this, but that's okay. We've got so many colors to choose from in this collection. It's ridiculous. There's more than, it's overwhelming. Now, if I had Copics with all these colors, the color system is such that I wouldn't even have to test. I could just use the numbers and know that I'm going to be okay. This one, we just have to use our eyes. It's the only way. I won't need to make a base coat of this one. It's pretty dark. I hope I didn't do the wrong one. I think I'm using the right one. It's a little orange to me, actually. It's okay. It's more scarlet, actually. It's pretty. Just make another coat. It loses some of that oranginess when I make a second coat. Because the white of the paper is actually acting like white paint, so it's actually giving you a lighter shade. God, I hope I did this right. Yeah, this is good. So more coats, you're actually losing the white, so you get more of the true color. Especially if it's a lighter shade. Okay, that'll work. I think this one could use maybe another little coat. And, you know, it's good to allow yourself to just ask, what is this color saying to me? You know, what does this color mean to me? How do I feel? More than using only correspondence lists. Okay, red violet. I decided for the red violet, I wanted red violet. What is this? I think it's red violet 100. I can't read my writing there. Okay, red violet 100. Red violet 080. That's that one. And red 10. There we go. You can see that these numbers are meaningless. The letters are completely meaningless. They have absolutely zero meaning. This is in the red family, whereas these are in the red violet family. I mean, whatever. You may as well have called it blue as far as I'm concerned. It's pretty. I went a little bit fuchsia on my combos here, but I think it's nice. Oops. It's the medium one. So the medium one is the 080. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So, red violet. Red 10. Just to make sure that I'm staying within that sort of fuchsia family, I'm going to actually color the next one with a coat of this light one first, and then I'll go over it with the medium, like I did with that red-orange. That way it stays somewhat consistent, I hope. We'll see. This is all theoretical until we get it on the paper. And that medium one should be this red violet 100. Or did I just screw up? Wait a minute here. That's that one. That's that one. Yeah, this is right. There we go. Phew. So, you know, if you're thinking planetarily, purple is, or violet is a lot of times is Jupiter and the Archangel Sachiel, whereas red is more Mars and the Archangel Samael. But those two spheres on the Tree of Life, they work hand in hand quite a lot. So this red-violet scheme is very much the combination of those two energies. Oh. Did I just mess up? What's my dark supposed to be? Oh, I think that was it. Shoot. Well, I'm going to mix it up. I'll just do all three. Just the light one here. Oops, stop that, Ariel. I think if I just do a layer of each, it'll be fine. If not, it's fine. There's always another color wheel that we can make. This should have been the center one. And I screwed up because I was talking. But I'm going to just make it darker and darker and darker until we get what we want. In fact, I might just add this one here. Is this too violet? It's a little violet. Yeah, let's just keep going. That's not what I want. Yeah, I made this backwards, darn it. I know I can fix this. See what this is like. See, it's too dark, but that's okay. I'm gonna fix it. There we go. This was supposed to be 100. So we'll put that 100 on top and see how it goes. Yes. Yes. That'll work. All right, moving right along. Put this back. We've got violet. Violet 210. I've got violet 070. Oops. And I've got violet, oh, it's P3. Purple 3. Done. I'm going to have so much putting away to do. Okay. Here. Get our purple 3 out. P3. Remember that show, the old Charmed? Their club was called P3. Well, so is this marker. Okay, let's see. We've got violet. Let's just see what this says. This is P3. This is violet 080. And this is violet 210. Oops. Okay, this one goes in the middle. I'm going to keep these in order this time. I think I'm going to do the same thing I did last time, and I'm going to do these together. There we go. 080. Oh, did I do it? Hang on. I did it again, didn't I? Versus 080. Nope. one doesn't go on there, Ariel. P3. I can bleach this a little bit. Cool thing about these markers, you can kind of help yourself when you make a mistake. As long as it's fair, it's somewhat wet still. Once it dries, it's more permanent. But once it's wet, you can really mess with the colors a lot. See how that worked? I think that's pretty cool. Make sure I know what I'm doing. 70. This is violet. Am I even on the wrong? There's the P3. There's the 210. Oh, this is supposed to be 070. No wonder it didn't look right. I think I can make it work though. There's violet 070. 270. I think this one is what I'm supposed to be using. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's it. That's a medium shade if I ever saw one. Very nice. Pretty. See, they do have some gorgeous colors. I do love the product itself. Just don't love the system. But you know what? Life goes on. Okay, I'm going to put this 070 down first. And then I'll put this one on. Did I do it wrong? Should be P3. Oh, that's P3. I almost think this is too light. Let's get a better one. This is P4 like. Yeah, that's better. I should be making a note that I change it to P4, but I'm not going to because I know we have time constraints here and I don't want to go deal with it. Okay, that's pretty. Yay. Now blue violet. Let's see what I did. Let's see if I did a better job picking colors on blue violet. We've got violet 270. There's this. Okay. I've got violet 250. Did I just... Violet 250. I don't even have a violet 250. Violet 250. What was I on? Violet 230. Weird. I think it was this one. Okay. I think it was. Oh, there it is. Violet 250 right in front of my face. Okay. And then violet 230. 320. Here it is. Okay. let's see. For the light, we have, oops, let's make sure. Light, medium, dark. It's not all that blue. It almost seems more violet, but I'm just going to go with it for now. I think I could have picked better. Could have chosen better, but we don't have time to re-choose. It is what it is. Do a light coat of this light one here. I hope this is right. Yes, it is. I'm going to do a coat of the medium in this dark one. And see, when you're making those talismans, you can use these different shades. You can use, I like using 3 shades of each color I'm using. 3 or 4 sometimes even. And it really, it just brings so much more depth, dimension, and intent to what I'm working on. But I love doing all of this stuff, and some people just want a real quick, easy way of working, in which case you can just use no shades at all. You can just use the colors as they come in your crayon box and be done with it. That's okay too. Boy, do I have a lot of markers here to put away. Okay, blue. We're getting there. We only have 4 more sections. Blue. Oh, okay, of course. Blue 440. Wouldn't you know? Blue 440. Blue 380. Here's 380. Blue 380 and blue 350. Oh, I did have 350. Okay, good. Okay, let's take a look and see. This is okay. Light, medium, and dark. Here we go. Light. Just going to go ahead and do both of these sections at once to save time. I like the way these markers lay the color down too. They're what we in marker world call juicy. They're very juicy markers. They come very, very, you don't usually get that sort of dry, squeaky thing for a long, long time with these Ohuhus. They last a long time. And the reason why a lot of us didn't use Ohuhu for the time being, for a long time, is because you could only buy them in collections. So when one dried out, you had to buy a whole collection to get the color. We don't do that anymore. We don't have to. Make sure about this. Now they sell them what they call open stock. They sell them one at a time. A minute here. That one I'm done with. Okay. So that I think is a cool thing. I'm going to do the same with these two sections. I'm going to put the medium color on both. This has a teeny bit of a violet tinge too as well. Just a wee bit. That's all right. It's pretty blue. Blue is another Jupiter color, royal blue especially. Lighter blues tend to go to the moon, even to Mercury at times. But we can also work color magic outside of planetary associations into just pure purposes and an emotional response. Okay, blue-green. Let's see how I do with those. Blue-green 6. Blue-green. Six. Okay, blue-green 6. What else did I say? Green 500. Oh, that's in the case. Of course it is. I've got 4 of these cases of markers in there. Because they label them weird, I put them in the order of label, not in the order of color, so it's easy to find them. But they are all over the place, so it's a pain. Blue-green, so that's called green 500. Here it is. And then blue-green 68. Right here. Okay. So it says that the blue-green, the dark is the blue-green 6. The medium is the 500. So we'll just believe. We'll just try to believe that I knew what I was talking about. Blue-green. That works. I don't think my picker was too bad on that one. You just do your best to go with the, you know, when you get any coloring medium, the first thing you really want to do, and oh, well, it's okay. I know I talked about this before. You can put the whole, that's a tool for blending with alcohol markers, is do the whole area with your lightest color first. But it's also not all that necessary to do that, and it can waste ink, but that's okay. Is the first thing you do is make swatches of every single color and label them so that you can see what it really looks like on paper. They say to do it in the exact paper you're going to always use, but I change paper, so I'm not going to re-swatch it just for the new paper. That's a little much for me. I guess if I was doing pieces of art for sale, that would be different, but this is for magic and it's fine. Since I did this, I'm going to just go ahead and color it in so I don't have weird lines. That was not necessary, but it's fine. Okay. Medium was 500. Right. That's it. And you can do the same thing with your colored pencils. You can find it, and it's okay if the hues aren't exactly matching, especially if you don't have a huge collection of pencils or crayons. Just do your best to find ones that are dark, medium, and light, And by doing light layers with either the pencils or the crayons, you can blend them so they look like they're the same hue, or at least in the same family. You just have to play with it. I'll do some pencils and crayons too, so that you can see how to do that. Just not today. I like these because they're fast and they show up on camera. But when I'm doing it for myself, a lot of times I prefer the pencils, just because it's a slower process, and it really gives me time to think about what I'm doing. Okay, this one's easy. Green 1, 2, and 3. We'll see if that's any good, but usually Ohuhu's not that good. So 3 being the lightest. It's the easiest of all the Ohuhu colors I've seen so far, where it's right in order like that. That's more like Copics. You find the system in the Copics, and you can bet your bottom dollar just by using the numbers that you're going to get the shades you want within the same hue. And that's so cool. But then you're paying like $6 or $5 more per marker for that. So it's wonderful if you're a professional artist or designer, and that's an investment you really want to make. But for magic, I'm not going to spend thousands of dollars on my marker collection. For all of these Ohuhu markers, I spent like a couple $100, and I have more than I'll ever need. I don't need that big of a collection, really. But they have this nice collection of like whatever it is, 200 markers, and 280 markers, I think it is. And I spent a couple $100, which is still an investment, but not like those Copics, which are gorgeous markers, but there's just no way. There's just no way. Just so I can have their system. I'll do this. Thank you very much, though. Okay, I didn't put a base coat. I don't think I need it. This is so dark. One section to go, and we are all finito, burrito. Let's do another coat on here. This isn't quite as dark as I thought it was going to be. Now it is. All right. It's a whole marker graveyard here. Okay. Yellow, green. We've got green, yellow 5. We've got green, yellow 4. And we've got green, yellow 050. Oh, that's yellow. All right, green, yellow. Is that really what it says? Green, yellow 050. Where is that? I don't see green, yellow 050. Was I on? Huh. That's weird. And that's supposed to be the light one? Let's do a little test here. Okay, so I need the light one. 050. I don't see such a thing. It's yellow gray. We don't want gray. What if it was supposed to be green 050? Oh, I bet this was it. It was green 050, not green yellow. There, you got it. Okay, here we go. Just a little misprint. Ariel, misprint? Never. I never make mistakes like that. Every single document I put out is without mistake. Okay, it's okay. Everybody's always so nice when I make mistakes. Guess it helps that I don't charge for anything. Otherwise, maybe they wouldn't be so nice. I'm going to put 2 base coats here first, or 1 base coat here first, and then another coat on this top. Pretty. Sometimes green yellow is a sickly color, but if you get the shades just right, it can be really beautiful, especially mixed with other greens and yellows. It's really gorgeous. Okay. The middle one was supposed to be green yellow 4. Okay, let's try it. See how we did. Oh, okay. I think I picked pretty well. It's not bad. Very pretty, Ariel. Good job. You can have a treat. Good boy. Okay. Matches my shirt a little bit. Okay. And then the dark one's supposed to be green yellow 5. Let's see how it is. Oh, but yes. Oh, but yeah, yes. How beautiful. Let's do 1 more coat in this middle one. 4. It's not quite dark enough. Maybe even a 3rd. Once it's fully saturated, it's not going to darken anymore. Once the color has got its full saturation, that's about as dark as it gets. But multiple coats really does make a difference. Okay, there is our color wheel. Now, I know that took a while, but it was worth it because we got to go through the spectrum and we got to go through our values, right? Now, I know we probably have to end because it is getting late and I don't want to keep everybody, but I did want to show you these things and we'll get into these again. Remember the gray talismans? We had 9 gray talismans. This one is just 3. And here we have it without any gray tones on it. So with the gray tones, you can, if you want to, you could take, these values and color right on top. I could like write my desire. Do I have a pencil? Thought I brought one, but I guess not. No, I did. I could write my desire even if I can't see it in here, like like a symbol. Since I've got the green, I'll just use money. So I could start with this light shade on this and just color right on top of the gray. Thinking about the manifestation. So this is coming from the invisible to the visible. So if I had a specific monetary goal or need or financial need, I could either have a little chant or just keep my focus. If I had a little picture of what I wanted, I could put it to the side here and kind of glance at it every so often as I'm doing the talisman. And I'm bringing through the values of these colors the manifestation into being. I think I'm doing it right. I think I've got the right colors. Not being very careful, am I? I probably could have gone with a bit lighter shade on this outside. That's okay. I just picked up what I had on the table here. Now that first coat is always kind of wonky. And then you can go over it one more time. Try to smooth it out a little bit. So we'll just, since I'm doing this, you can think about whatever your financial needs are right now, and we'll go ahead and put you in this. Let this be an actual piece of magic. Even though don't worry about the moon today or any of that. It's okay. It's okay. You don't want to be constrained by things like timing. You just want to use them when you can. And if the timing isn't perfect, that's okay. It's okay, because if you need something, you need something. You don't have to say, "Oh, I can't do it because the moon's waning." But if you're planning on your magic, it's better to go with the tides and do the right days of the week and stuff like that if you can. But if you can't, don't worry about it. It's not like it won't work. It's just that you're not using all of the tides to your best ability. That's all. So I just do it right on top of the gray. Now I don't need the gray. But if I'm using lighter colored markers, it actually will do some of that for me. To me, it looks like I went backwards. So that's okay. I'm going to do another layer on this because I think I went backwards somehow on this value. I'm going to darken this middle layer up a little bit more. And we're just thinking in terms of, how this paper is not my normal paper either. I don't know what I printed on. I didn't print on my normal cardstock, so I think that's not taking the marker the way it normally does. But it doesn't matter. Just think in terms of, not only what we want, but you want to think about it the feeling that it has arrived, that it is here, that your needs are met. Everything has happened already. What does that feel like? Conjuring that feeling. And what I do when I'm doing that is as I'm coloring, I feel like these colors are happening. They're like I have these different shades of green light coming through me, through the situation. These different values, I should say. Shades technically mean darker. We say shades to mean different values, but shades mean darker and tints mean lighter. It's just, the proper terminology, but in vernacular, people say shades to mean both, and that's okay. Because you think of the shades of something, it's a shadow, it's a shade. And then here's our manifestation. And it's okay if the symbol gets obscured, and it's also okay if it doesn't get obscured. Either way is fine. All of your financial needs are now met at every moment of time and point of space. And the values of this color green are the representation of how we are moving from the invisible desire into the visible manifestation with ease. All is well. Long stream today. It's nice that I didn't have to go to work so early and I could actually spend some more time on stuff. I love that. I want more days like this. Even if we've lost everybody because they're so bored with it. I'm okay with that too. It's just Ariel streaming all by himself. Coloring his little circles. Bringing money into manifestation. But I feel like if you've made your value wheel with your colors, you're more in tune already to all of these colors. So when you do something like this, it's going to have even more effect for you. I'm just doing another coat on all of these circles. This lighter value really could have been lighter than this, but it's fine. It's all good. Everything's just fine. I bet there's questions that I haven't even looked at, and I will get to them because I still don't have to be off very at any particular time. I just don't want to bore everybody. I don't think I work for another hour and a half. What is it? It's 11:30. Well, about an hour. It's all right. So we would have done better with a lighter value on the outside, but I just grabbed whatever I saw. I didn't really do any preparation. It'll still work. In fact, I think I might see if I can lighten this one up a little bit. No, it's not going to lighten up at all. You can, if you want to, where's my other green? Go something like this. See if this lightens it up a little bit. It might be too far gone. Yeah, I think it's too far gone. It's all right. But it worked. So then what I would do is I would cut this out and hide it. That's what I will do after today. And it'll still work. But when you're doing your own value wheels, take a little bit better time. And I would have probably it would have behooved me to test my colors first and done that as the outer layer. See, that would have been a better outer layer. Followed by maybe this. Or this. Maybe this. That's still too dark. Well, doesn't matter. We'll do it. We'll do more of these. In fact, I'll do some shorts when I get some time, and we'll do a bunch of these color wheels, and I'll get my values better. But you see the basic theory of it, right? Right? So here's our color wheel. And you don't have to wait for the course. You can use a compass and do that yourself. Just do this and divide it into 12 sections and do three circles, and do different shades. But I'll get this course out within the next 2-3 weeks, depending on my schedule. And you'll have all kinds of different things to color. There's value wheels, there's color talismans, there's shading. There's little shading sheets where you can work on blending. Because whether it's with alcohol markers or pencils, when you're doing those talismans, it's nice to be able to say, let's see, where is this? Is it like that? Yeah. So I could do, if I was doing a talisman, I might want to have a gradient. That goes from light to dark and really blend it. If I was doing this green-yellow, for instance. And then I could have more, I could actually blend the colors together a little bit. And so I have little worksheets for that as well, so that you can make gradients and have fun with everything. It doesn't matter if you're using crayons either. You can blend with crayons. You just, like I showed you, and I'm gonna show you with crayons and with pencils how you can just layer on very slowly, and that'll be another long stream. And while you're doing that, instead of thinking in terms of, oh, aren't I making a pretty picture, you're thinking in terms of what you're bringing into manifestation. All right, real quick, I'll see if we have any questions, and then we'll end this very long stream. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me this day. What do we have? Oh, you're never boring. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you so much. Oh, we got a nice donation. I just wanted to thank you, Ariel. I did the money jar spell back in January, and my jar hasn't been empty. I'm amazed at how well the spell worked. Well, good for you. Good for you. And I'll do some more spells, too. So I've got a lot more spells to share with you. I just haven't had as much time as normal, just because my family really needs me. And so... when your family needs you got to be there for them. But thank you so much, and thank you so much to the amazing moderators. Today we had Suzanne and we had Shirley, and we will see you all tomorrow for Thrilling Thursday. Much love and many, many blessings.